time for rock news on 1011 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 1011 WJRR.
All right, rock news is brought to you by our Tuesday Ticket Takeover on the JRR Instagram at 1011 WJRR. You might be slightly interested in what we got cooking this morning.
That'd be 4-day passes for Welcome to Rockville.
You'll see Klinger's post. Just do as instructed. Take you all of about, 20 seconds. Everybody who does will be in the running to grab those 4-day passes.
And I always like to point out that our promotions team picks multiple winners on these Tuesday ticket takeovers. So just take you a few seconds. You and a buddy could be going.
Hot rumor of the last 24 hours. This got started yesterday afternoon when an advertisement briefly appeared online for an AC/DC concert at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota, scheduled for April 11th, 2025. Tickets to go on sale Friday.
I walked into that news from Pat this morning and said, whoa.
Then, no sooner had the ad been up, it's gone. So, obviously, a lot of AC/DC fans, myself included, are assuming the band has plans to come here to North America in 2025. It sounds like those plans may be true. In fact, literally at any minute, these dates might appear. Now, the hot rumors, there's not going to be a whole lot of them. And they're going to be big shows. So,
I don't think I've seen AC/DC since we did that meet and greet with the listeners.
Yes, it was one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever had at a meet and greet.
What do you mean? It was legendary.
You ran Malcolm and Angus off because you accosted them.
No, I was a little gassy, if you recall. And yes, they did not appreciate said guy, but they were totally cool.
Malcolm, rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. And Brian Johnson was totally cool, and they were all gracious with our listeners.
All right, so let's do a little thinking here. Really big shows. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. You're treading waters that I cannot.
Big guy upstairs. I don't ask for a whole lot.
He's back. He asked for something last week. God.
Is there a way you could pick one of 4 nights in, May, and point those guys towards Central Florida? Thank you. Another AC/DC news, their drummer, Phil Rudd, remember who wasn't present when the band played that West Coast show last October in California, the Power Trip Festival? Mm-hmm. He popped up over the weekend with some party band in New Zealand and jumped on drums as they did their version of TNT. He says he'll be rejoining the band soon. This is all starting to make a lot of sense.
It's like just weaving all together. Come on, guys.
Again, this info, true or not, something's to it, and I'm sure sooner rather than later, as in this week, maybe even today, we're going to get details. So stay tuned. Paul Di'Anno's cause of death has been revealed. The former Iron Maiden singer passed away at the age of 66. Had a tear in the sac around the heart, and blood had filled inside from the main aorta artery, and that caused his heart to stop. His death was instantaneous and believed to be painless.
Well, I mean, if there's a golden, lining, at least it was painless. Torn sack. Ooh.
The Gallagher brothers are getting some news, music-wise here. Liam Gallagher is assuring skeptics that Oasis would, quote, wipe the floor with most other bands on their worst day.
Okay,
this coming from a band who's really hasn't been a band for quite some time at this point. He's basically saying, look, yeah, we've been sidelined for a while, but we're going to get back out there and smoke you fools.
Settle down, Liam. Settle down. Don't get cocky on us.
Meanwhile, brother Noel has created a 6-hour version of one of their longest songs, Champagne Supernova.
Oh, God. I think I'd end things if I had to listen to that.
It's for a ambient. It's an ambient mixed track for a new exhibit at London's National Portrait Gallery. So that'll, I guess, will be playing throughout the day when you go and
You're just going to walk in there and all of a sudden...
Endless Champagne Supernova.
Yeah, you're going to walk in and go, oh. There's going to be people laying all over the floor sleeping.
Congratulations to The Cure, earning their first #1 album in 32 years in the UK with their latest release, Songs of a Lost World. It's the band's 14th studio album, their first LP in over 16 years following 2008's 413 Dream, and their first to land at #1 in the UK since 1992's Wish.
I like The Cure. Missed them when they were in concert recently.
Sting was asked in an interview, hey, do you feel like Every Breath You Take from Synchronicity back in '83, the tune that was sampled for Diddy's I'll Be Missing You back in '97, has that now been tainted?
No, it better not have.
I guess what the interviewer's trying to get at, or people when they hear that now, whichever version of it is, going to go, oh.
I've never thought of that.
Sting seems to concur.
Okay, good.
It's like, no, that's our song. It's just, happened to be, new life with that version and has ever since, but that's still our song.
Yeah, please don't equate the Police with these freak-off parties unless it's the actual Police, the real one.
Slayer fans have quite the reputation. Some might say some Slayer fans are ruthless. I've seen some crazy stuff at Slayer shows.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the most
setting the place on fire.
I think the most Slayerish fan attribute is when sometimes they'll just cross their arms and turn their back to an opening act as a group, which is that's pretty ruthless.
I wish they'd do it to Oasis.
I don't think you ever have to worry about Oasis and Slayer on the same bill. Gary Holt, who of course joined Slayer after the death of Jeff Hanneman, was asked, hey, with their reputation, the fans, did you get any heat from them stepping in as a new guy, even though you were filling, obvious big shoes? And he said there was only 2 times in the last 14 years he was ever heckled.
Really?
Yeah, during performance, which is pretty cool.
You would figure a lot more, yeah.
He says that's a pretty good track record. I agree.
Especially with those fans, as you pointed out.
And finally, some Papa Roach news. Papa Roach and Rise Against have announced Rise of the Roach, a 2025 tour here in the United States next year. There'll be 2 Florida dates, October 4th in Tampa, October 5th in West Palm Beach. Those tickets will be going on sale. Where's the date? I have the date for this somewhere. I think Thursday, I believe.
Come on, Jacoby. Throw us a show. Well, the Tampa's close enough, I guess.
It'll be a road show. All right. There you go. A little bit of rock news. We keep our fingers crossed with the AC/DC announcements.